Zombies, broken deals, wheels, changing tracks, all those and more have space in our news, right here, right now. Greetings petrolheads and welcome to romrom.net, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing and to a regular news roundup. If you have any news for us, send us a mail to news@romrom.net. Thanks for watching, my name is Serta and I will be your host for this video. While we're waiting for Sector 3 Studios to drop their December update of Race Room Racing Experience tomorrow, which content they've been teasing for weeks now, and which seems it's going to be a big one, here's the news. Well, look at that! It's taken a while, but now console players will also have access to mods through the in-game browser as PC players had all the time. Welcome to the wonderful world of mods, oh consolers! You will have to register with Mod.io to be able to use them though. But we did from the first day on and haven't seen any negative consequences. We'd say it's pretty secure. After that, subscribe to a mod and presto, it will be downloaded for your gaming pleasure. Vehicle mods need to be bought in a garage with in-game money before you can call them your own, the same way you do with any other truck in this game, but mods normally don't cost that much. Just to be clear, as far as we understood, the mods console players will find in their browser are a selection of the mods PC players can find. We suppose it's because of the differences between the systems and their software, so that the mods either have to be tweaked or something else has to happen to the mods before they can be used on consoles. This update also brought bug fixes concerning some Yukon contracts being able to work the fork, no, not a euphemism, while driving the CAT TH357 forklift, some graphics bugs squished, and some UI corrections. But as you can imagine, the big one is the one about mods for consoles. At last! Yes, that is exactly what is happening. The China Adventure DLC, available on Steam already, brings you to the Wuzhou Foshan National Park and the Duzhanxi Grand Canyon, and I'm sure I butchered the pronunciation of both horribly, so apologies for my non-existent Chinese. These two locations appear courtesy of the maps China Village and China Canyons that come with the DLC, as do the BCA30, a heavy-duty 6x6 Chinese truck, the CEQ2081, a heavy-duty 6x6 Chinese cargo truck, which was made especially for mountain terrain, and the BCA10, a lightweight 4x2 Chinese truck, which you will need to navigate the narrow streets of the China Village map. Also, the developers have added new load types specifically tailored to the DLC, rice cargo and industrial steel pipe cargo, as well as 7 new achievements. This new DLC is available for €4 USD on Steam. Indie game Art of Rally is getting a free update. Called Heritage Update, it brings 8 vintage cars, a game mode where you race against your own ghost, the possibility to create and share your own livery as well as using your own screenshots for the launch menu. Add to that an enormous amount of bug fixes and improvements in clipping, physics and the UI, and you have an update for your gaming pleasure. This looks like my kind of silly. And while Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, winter solstice, whatever you call this season is not normally considered silly season, for me every season is silly season. This VR-only game is the opposite of sim racing, but it has very much to do with cars and silliness, so I'm putting it here. So there. Traffic Jams is a VR game where you have to try to have traffic flow smoothly and not cause a jam by directing the cars with your hands. Of course, just that would be too easy, so there's difficulties like an angry wasp you have to get rid by waving your arms, other issues may be zombie pedestrians or buildings catching fire, as well as a tram that stops for no one and nothing. Sometime in the first quarter of 2021, this game will let you control traffic in 5 cities, including the city home of the developers, Amsterdam, in VR, or together with 4 more people in flat mode on your couch. Sounds exactly the right amount of silliness needed after a long day of racing in it. As we already announced, the newest update of Drift 21 brings multiplayer abilities with it. Now you can tandem drift or do a drift battle between up to 6 players at the same time, with one making the most points from drifts winning that round. Also, the players can all vote on which should be the next map you'll drift on. The developers have made it clear this is but the first version of multiplayer, more to come, including a fully fledged spectator mode. And they are happy to read your comments and ideas about where and how multiplayer should be developed further. How does the saying go? To arrive first, you have to arrive first? That's what happened to Take Two. While it did sound like a done deal that they would acquire Codemasters for the measly sum of $870 million, it seems Electronic Arts have taken the lead in the acquisition and are now for realsies buying Codemasters for $1.2 billion. That's a B. Yes. Thinking about it, the business philosophy of Electronic Arts fits better to the business philosophy of Codemasters. You know, the guys who brought you Project Cars 3. Just saying. Now, EA already owned Criterion, who published Need for Speed and Burnout. We suppose they are buying Codemasters so nobody else has a corner of the arcade and simcade market. This news comes as a surprise, as it did sound as if the sell to Take Two was a done deal. Everything is fair in racing and business, innit? Trackmaster is a new casual racing game with a twist. The tracks are built up procedurally, and therefore, if you want to, you won't ever drive the same track twice. This way, you can drive one of the 4 cars alone against the AI or in multiplayer mode in a track the game deploys based on your preferences. As it's custom in these type of games, you can collect power-ups, knock the others out of the track, and all in all, have a simple race without stressing too much. Oh yeah, and it has dynamic weather and water simulation. Trackmaster is available on Steam for €25 USD. Tomorrow, 21st of December, while you're reading all about the Race Room Racing Experience update, sit home and enjoy 140 minutes racing with the Global Enduro. Either because you're racing together with 1 or 2 teammates, or because you're following the stream on this channel. The Global Enduro ACC Christmas Special will use Assetto Corsa Competizione as sim and will have teams racing in Laguna Seca, the track with the infamous corkscrew. The time in the sim will be sped up to simulate 24 hours within the real-life 140 minutes of the race. Global Enduro wants pilots to race in teams of 2 or 3, which will have to trade places at least once during the race, no stint being allowed to be longer than 40 minutes. The race will start at around 21:15 CET and will be streamed live in your favorite sim racing channel, us. If you want to participate as a pilot or as a team, head over to the Global Enduro's Discord, we've pasted in the description. If you would like to watch, you'd better subscribe if you haven't done so already to be informed about the race at least as soon as it starts. If you're still searching for mates to race with, the Global Enduro can take care of that. Oh boy, this has brought Fanatec fans, pun intended, to drown in their own drool, and rightly so. The much beloved and we suppose much sold CSL Elite Steering Wheel McLaren GT3, yep, that's the complete official name for it, is back in the Fanatec shop, albeit in the version 2 form, which means the company took the old wheel and changed things. And unlike Logitech, who just invented some marketing mumbo jumbo to sell their G29 as G923 almost unchanged, Fanatec is taking a good look at the now old version of the McLaren GT3 wheel and has adapted it to modern times. The shifter paddles are now magnetic and seemingly built in a way that you can up and downshift with one hand. And while they say they've improved the clutch paddles that are just below the shift paddles, they don't say how, although we gather the honeycomb format of the plastic feeling the clutch paddles is supposed to make them stronger and more durable. Time will tell. The quick release adapter has been simplified and can be changed so that the McLaren wheel can be used with Podium DD bases. As with the old version, it's a replica of the real-life McLaren GT3 wheel, has exchangeable button caps apps and comes with a set of stickers so you can always remember how you set up your buttons. And it's the lowest priced wheel by Fanatec at €200 USD. Yes, you heard me right. For almost but not quite the price of a G29, you get a wheel. But the difference is in the quality. Here, you get what you pay for. With us, you know you will always get more than you pay for. You'll see our proof if you check the playlist to the left or the video to the right. Until next time, save fuel, collect pickup, and we'll see each other on the podium.
Visit romrom.net to connect to fellow sim racers and sim racing fans.